Hello, my fellow Nigerians in the diaspora in Leeds, in West Yorkshire, in the United Kingdom, and my fellow Nigerians in at home. Would like to say thank you to everybody that is been watching our YouTube. This is the Nigerian Yorkshire Communities Network, UKCIC group in the diaspora, Leeds, West Yorkshire, United Kingdom YouTube channel. And once again, we'd like to say Happy Christmas to all of you, our families and friends and other rays during this Christmas time. And even to all our families, and everybody back home in Nigeria. I hope you're all getting ready for Christmas. Just a quick one, a brief message, and we're just trying to react to the bad news that everybody has gone global. And this is the 67 people that are dead in Nigeria because of the stampede. So there was a stampede in Nigeria. There was a stampede of people in Abuja, in Oyo State, and even in Anambra. And so, first of all, on behalf of our organization, we would like to pass our condolences to people that have lost their life during any of one of these events in Nigeria. And, may their soul rest in peace. And this, our condolences and our heartfelt to their family at these trying times, which they have lost their loved ones, children, and etc. We just want to add our own, voice to this because, our organization in the diaspora, particularly, we're very engaged with free food palliative, weekly food palliative to families, in the United Kingdom, in Leeds, in West Yorkshire, in the northern part of United Kingdom, near Manchester. And we do food palliative on a weekly basis. And when we heard this news, it was something that was really heart moving. So our soul, a lot of people have been praying for them. So we're adding our prayer to their family at this time that may the Lord continue to be with them. First of all, this is a very tragic news. This is a very sad news. All those people, 67 people that have lost their life, all because people were trying to get free food. Now, this underlines the issue, the major issue that is affecting Nigerian families, children, young ones, back home. Lack of food, Nigerians that are struggling because of high cost of living, because they couldn't afford to buy food, and this goes to the ears of the federal government, Tinubu administration, especially the humanitarian department, that they need to buckle up. They need to sit down, rather than, our people, the humanitarian minister, that is playing with people's life. They are not taking this program seriously. Maybe I should come and do it for them. Because when it comes to the humanitarian, this is where the eyes of the world are always casted upon. The humanitarian, charity, foundations, everybody's eyes is always casted on this organization. Our organization in the United Kingdom, whenever we do our food program, it's well organized. And whenever you're giving people free cash, free food, people will always rush. Nigeria with a population of 250 million. So, for example, when we look at the event, after we have heard that the whole joint of people that lost their life, 67 dead, including children, on Wednesday, there was a religious youth festival that was organized at the Islamic High School, Ibadan. 5,000 youths, young people attended that event. And this was organized by the Queen of Ife, Queen Naomi Sile Kunola, you understand? And in collaboration, this is in collaboration with Agidi Igbo, 88.7 FM Ibadan, owned by Oriyomi Hamzat. You know, these are the organizers of this event. When you are organizing an event, our country, Nigeria, we have to be very honest. We lack what we call a proper project management. Even right from the federal government, I can say it. There is no, we don't, and this is what the federal government should introduce to all their ministers. They should go for project management lessons, project management training, event organizing project management training. That is what they should do. When you are an organization, you know, you're organizing an event, you know, in a high school at a park, you know, and you as the queen of Ife, you know, Queen Naomi Silekunla, who's supposed to have taken responsibility, you know, and we can see the Oba of Ife, you know, trying to defend their wife. In collaboration with Agidingbo 88.7 FM Ibadan, owned by Oriyomi Hamzat, there is no proper organization, you know, and if you're organizing an event of 5,000 young people, you should expect that basically children are going to be doing these sorts of things like Stampede, you know, and so the organization was not there, to be honest. The organization was not there. I don't know what led to that Stampede. It's got to be something else. But we have such events here in the United Kingdom. There is such of event, football event, everything is well organized. And the onus and the responsibility of what happened at that event, at the Youth Festival Holiday Fair in Southern Western State of Oyo State, you know, 22 died in that town of Okija, Oyo State. The responsibility is down to the Queen Naomi Silekunla and Agidingbo 88.7 FM Ibadan, which is owned by Oriyomi Hamzat. That responsibility is down to them. And they should take responsibility. They have not done their proper safety work, you know, and this is why we have lost, you know, people, you know, 35 children, especially during this event. All those children were expecting to spend Christmas with their family, were expecting to go into the new year, but they decided whether they bought a ticket, they came to that event, and with the promise of the organizers that, okay, they were going to come to that event, they were going to be safe, they promised their families, and their families were let down. So the federal government should actually take responsibility, and the Oyo State government, I've seen news, Governor Seyi Makinde has taken a very prompt action to arrest all the organizers. That is the next thing they should do. They should take responsibility and to make sure that next time, if any organization is trying to have such an event, any event that is involving crowd or children, even an adult, there's going to be a way that they need to have a safety monitoring, auditing, and approval for any of the event. The Oyo State government should take responsibility. Any state in Nigeria should take responsibility. The federal government should take responsibility. If there is going to be any event that is going to be involving gathering of adults and youths or adults, you know, to a certain amount, like thousands and thousands, there's going to be a procedure where, you know, people need to make an application. We do that in the UK. Whenever we're trying to do an event or we're trying to organize a big event like football, you know, or the festival in the United Kingdom, you know, there is always an approval process. You have to put in an application, whether to Ministry of Information or etc., where they will look at your application. They will now tell you to submit all your safety procedures, all your safety protocols. How are you going to make sure that people are safe? Do you have enough space? But the issue here might be that we have 5,000 youths that attended that youth festival in Oyo State. There might not be enough space for them. That might be one of the issues. And this is what the police and the authorities of Oyo state government, even the federal government, should get involved to make sure that this was checked. And they should be arrested, and they should answer for what they have done. They have taken 35 lives of children who are supposed to be spending their Christmas today. And this is why we are adding our voice. Nigerian organizations, I can say loudly, we lack good, proper organization, planning, and etc. And that should be put in place. It's not just anybody that will just come up and say, I want to organize event. You don't have any experience of event organizing. You don't have any planning, etc. This can never happen. And even if it happens in the UK, it's a rare occasion. But this is a sad news for Nigerians that are living in the diaspora, that have family that have been stampeded. That I will pause on that. Also, on Saturday, there was another 32 people that were killed at 2 more stampede in Anambra. After that, a philanthropist organizer organized a free food palliative distribution. I don't really understand. Maybe we Nigerians, yes, we are very knowledgeable, we are very brilliant, and I understand the goodwill, good heart gesture that a lot of people that are donating money, donating free palliative. But whenever you're doing such things, you should know that will attract crowds. Whenever you're doing any cash distribution or free food palliative, that would attract a lot of people. As you know, the present situation of Nigerians, our families in Nigeria that are going through, the food is very critical. When you see a bag of rice that is going to 100,000 now, and when any Nigerian will hear that there is distributing a bag of rice, a gallon of oil, etc. in an area, they will want to go. And in this situation, all these philanthropists, all these people that are doing this, they have not put this into consideration. We have the same news as well. 10 also died in the capital of Abuja during food palliative distribution at the Holy Trinity Catholic Church in Maitama, Abuja. The organizers should be responsible, and the federal government, the state government, FCT should arrest all the organizers and put them into jail. I'm sorry to say that. Yes, we know that they have good heart in supporting the community, but whenever you're doing things that are really affecting Nigerians, which is the food, if you're going to be bringing truckload of food, you need to have a proper organization. If you don't have the security and the organization to do it, then there's no need for you to do it. The federal government should not give them access and permission. And people should not start blaming the federal government, because when the federal government, which is and the CAC that is approving all these foundation, all these organizations, when they're giving them their license, they have actually given CAC all these procedures to them that, okay, they're going to be dealing with the public. This is what they're going to be doing. The food they're going to be doing is going to be hygienic and etc. But they have not lived up to what they have really put up to people. Whenever you're doing food palliative, we do food palliative in the United Kingdom. We know people wants to rush for free food. People wants to rush for free cash. And what do? You make sure that you organize. You should be expecting this. This should have been expected. Look at the stampede. Everybody was trampling over each other. And when you see the one that happened in Anambra, in Abuja, we have families that have children. Families that have 1 or 2 or 3 children. Families, we should be telling families that if you're going to be lining up to collect food, make sure you get someone to look after your children. You cannot bring your children to collecting food because you'll be pushed over. And this was what I think happened, was that the men are more stronger than the women. So they're the one that were pushing the women, the women that have children. They pushed them over, and over everything, all of them fell down, and they were stamping over. People were not even concentrating on people that were falling down, because all they were looking for is to collect that bag of rice, that bag of beans, that gallon of oil, and etc. And this is why everything happened. Just imagine a small little girl, let's put an example, fell over, And almost 100 people, heavyweight people, men and women, were just rushing. They were not looking at the ground. And this was what happened. And this is a tragic, bad news, sad news for Nigerians in the diaspora and even for the federal government. The federal government should please, the humanitarian department should please. This is not supposed to happen. These are families in Anambra, children in Anambra that are supposed to spend Christmas. And the organizers of the Free Food Pallative, we know that they have a good heart in contributing their quota to support families. But if you're doing such, we do lots of stuff. The Nigerian Yorkshire Communities Network, UKCIC, in the diaspora in United Kingdom, in Leeds, in West Yorkshire, we do free food palliative. And the reason why I'm making this statement is that today, Christmas Eve, we're actually having our own free special Christmas food for families. And we do expect people will rush. I myself am the founder and the president, Mr. J. Skolawole, of the Nigerian Yorkshire Communities Network, UKCIC. I normally take responsibility. In every area we go, the first thing I will tell people, if you're not on the line, you're not going to get anything. Yes, I've seen situations where lots of students, lots of families, they normally rush to the van. Everybody will rush in. I normally stop everything and I'll shut the van and I'll say, if you're not on the line, please, you're not going to get any food. This is what should have happened. But what has happened, I think that the organizers, for example, the Queen of Obaile of Ife, Naomi Sile Kuneola, yes, she has a good heart. She wanted to help people. She's trying to organize an event, a religious youth event for 5,000 young people. But they don't have the experience, to be honest. You do not have the experience to manage children. And what type of children are they? We don't even know their age. They don't have the experience because just imagine, children are stampeding over each other. Our children, they need to be guided. It's either their parents are there, it's either their parents are not there. But if you're going to be inviting young ones, children, you need to make sure their parents goes with them. There's got to be a proper organization, proper security, more room. So if you're organizing 5,000 young people, you need to have more rooms. We do lots of events in the UK. There is a lot of festival in the United Kingdom. Yes, this is a tragic news, and the reason why we're adding our voice to pass our condolences. At the same time, the federal government should make sure all those people, all those organizers are arrested, and their company, they pay a lot. Or every organization that has organized the Free Food Pallative, this event in Nigeria, they should make sure that they take responsibility, they are accountable, and their family, the organizations should be paying hugely some money, some millions of naira to the family that have lost children today, which is a sad news. And we pray that such may not happen to us anymore. But how are we going to avoid that? Is for the Nigerian federal government, the Nigerian state government, the Nigerian humanitarian minister, and all the local governments that are doing this should follow a proper procedure, because such can never happen again. This is during Christmas time when everybody, they're trying to get food to spend Christmas with their family. And now we have lost 35 children in Oyo State, 32 people in Anambra, 10 people in Abuja, the capital. And this is why the police have put out a message that anybody that is going to be organizing an event, you should contact the police. Let the police come and support you. Some people, we were seeing the video of the church, Holy Trinity Catholic Church in Maitama, that immediately, even the gate, a lot of people were shaking the gate even before they open it. The organizer should have organized this properly. You want to help people, make sure you put in more effort, because when you're trying to give people 100 bags of rice, you will see 5,000 people, 10,000 people queuing. So at the end of the day, what should you do? What do we do in our community? We tell people, in our community in the diaspora, we tell people to register. People register with their NIN, they do a proper registration if you want to collect food. For example, I'm trying to start a foundation in Nigeria, and this is the procedure, because I've been looking at how am I going to be able to do this food palliative. We're trying to do it in Akure, Ondo State, and we're going to spread it all over Abuja, all over the Nigerian government. But I've been looking at the strategy, because the methodology of distributing free food parcel in the diaspora in the United Kingdom is totally different. So I'm going to be putting a different procedure, how we're going to be distributing food, because I know there will be a rush. It's either you put soldiers, how much are you going to go to the army to say, we need 2, 3, or 4 soldiers to be on the gate? The soldier would cane anybody, would organize everybody. Everybody knows that. This is what should be happening in every food palliative in Nigeria. If you know that, you're going to help people. Not just leaving it. And a church, Holy Trinity Catholic Church, I appreciate what they're doing, but they have not done their work. We have lost 10 people in Abuja because you're trying to give food away. Organization is key. And we in Nigeria, I can say it, we don't have that organizing skill. We don't have a proper project management skill. In managing events, in managing activity, we have seen it. Even on government activity, if government is distributing food, you will see the truck will line up, everybody will be carrying food, and the men will overpower the women. It always happens. The men will overpower women with children. You will see women with having 3 children, because he has to bring his children. Nobody's going to look after that children, but you see men will overpower them. This should not happen. If you're doing food palliative, try to make sure you have a line for women. Have a line for women that have children. I know we normally do that in the diaspora. We take women that have children, we put them special, we put them on a separate line. I normally do that. I said, please, you can stay on this side, single men, etc. And what has happened here is lack of organization, lack of good planning, lack of security. And this has ended up in 67 people in Nigeria losing their life. Even the Amnesty International have actually, sent their comment to the Nigerian government that the Nigerian government has not managed it. It's not actually the fault of the Nigerian government. The Nigerian government has given this organization, churches, to set up an organization, a foundation, and they have not managed it. So is the owners, the people that we should be arresting, you should be accountable, is the directors, the organizer, the directors of the church, Holy Trinity Catholic Church in Maitama, and the people that have organized the religious youth festival in Oyo State at the Islamic High School, Ibadan, for the 5,000 young people where we lost 35 children. Put yourself in your shoes. Queen Naomi Sule Kuna of Sule Kuniola of Oba of Ile-Ife. Put yourself in your shoes. Let's say, for example, it's your children that has lost their life in that youth festival. What would you do at this Christmas time? My respect to Oba of Ile-Ife, but your wife has to be accountable. And your wife, and I'm happy that the Oyo State governor has arrested the Queen, and it has to be done. Justice has to be done to everybody that have organized events, whether it's free food palliative, whether it's youth festival or any other. People have to be accountable. I, as the leader, founder and the president of the Nigerian Yorkshire Communities Network, UKCIC, in the diaspora, in Leeds, in West Yorkshire, in the United Kingdom, I take responsibility of anything that is going on within our community, within our charity in the UK. I have to. Every organization, leader, directors have to. If you're a director in any of these organizations that have organized events that has led to Stampede, then you should be getting a letter from the federal government or from the police to come and explain yourself. Because this is not a good news. And we Nigerians should pray for them at this hour. These are people that are supposed to be expecting to plan for Christmas. And these are families that are trying to get food by all means. Yes, it signifies the hardship, the current state of our country, where a lot of people are going through high cost of living. There is almost more than 70% of people that are in poverty in Nigeria. And this is why we're trying to be reaching out. We're going to be reaching out as from 2025. We advise people in the diaspora, if you're here, try and do something back home in Nigeria. Start a foundation, like a food palliative, or anything that you can use. All of us needs to do our bit to support the federal government. The federal government cannot do it alone. The current state of Nigeria, especially lack of poverty, or poverty in Nigeria, lack of food. There's some families that are unable to put food on their table this Christmas. And you, whether you're Tedola, whether you're Dangote, whether you're Tinubu administration, whether you're a minister, whether you're a senator, whether you're a governor, whether you're local government, you can put food on the table. You can buy food. You can see some people have a long dining table. They will have food, full of it, no space. You will be eating this Christmas, not remembering some families that cannot even have a 1 spoon of gari. I've seen lots of feedback when I was in Nigeria. Even a taxi driver with 5 kids, they went to bed smoking gari and salt. Put yourself in their shoes. This is why we do this YouTube, so that everybody in the world can see, especially our leaders, especially the senators, the governors, the ministers, the local government chairman and chairman. All of them, all of you are responsible for the current situation of Nigeria today. And if you call yourself a governor of a state in Nigeria, a senator representing a state in Nigeria, a local chairman or a councillor or a minister or the president of Nigeria, if you don't know that, you need to support Nigeria, especially food. I commend what our president, President Tinubu, has been doing. I know that what he has been doing is doing on a long-term basis, and I would like to say thank you, but we need to do more. And I like the way you're cracking down on corruption, EFCC, but the humanitarian minister should form a strategy. We can work with them. I don't mind, because to manage the humanitarian department, to organize food, to organize free cash for Nigerians that are going through hard time, it doesn't take arm and leg. You don't need, it's not a rocket science. But the humanitarian department is so corrupt. All the staffs there, they're so corrupt. Everybody there, whether you're a director, whether you're a manager, you're so corrupt. And this is why the president has actually suspended the former humanitarian minister, Betta Edu, who at the age of 36 should be ashamed of herself. When you have the public money, the money that the federal government has given to you to help families, and you embezzle that money, you paid 585 million into your personal account, and you want to justify that. Who is going to listen to that? You should be ashamed of yourself everywhere. Your family should be ashamed of themselves. Your relative, your husband, your children should be ashamed of themselves, because you have brought a bad name to that family, to the Edu family. And this is why we're adding our voice. We're a charity organization. We have funding for our food program. We have expenses. But all because of your greediness. And our government, Tinubu, has appointed young minds as ministers. But Betta Edu has actually brought a shame to our own family. Because this is what Nigeria will be saying now. The Tinubu administration is not employing young people to be minister. Now, Baba has done that. Tinubu has done that. We have young minister for Interior, Minister for Aviation, Minister for Works, and others. Tinubu is all there diverse. I'm not saying that I'm going to give Baba Tinubu 100%, but I can realize what he was doing now. I was supporting Obi, but now I think I support what he's doing. I'm not supporting APC or PDP or Labour or SDP. I don't care about the party. I care about, and this is the problem in Nigeria. All we do is that we only care about the party. What Tinubu is doing is not doing only for APC, he's doing it for everybody. And that is what we should support him on a long-term project that he's doing. And this is why people are shouting, because they're not feeling it at the moment. People want shortcuts. And Baba Tinubu is trying to stop that shortcut to do a long-term, what people would enjoy forever. And I support that. And this is why you should support that. And he has actually told Nigerians that we will go through some hardship short term, but on a long term basis, we will enjoy. The ministers should do their job. They are accountable. And if they don't deliver, they should be put into prison. It's as simple. Anything like corruption. And I would like to commend the EFCC boss. Please carry on with what you're doing. Keep on arresting people. Baba will support you. We in the diaspora, Nigerians in the diaspora, will support you. Keep on arresting any governor, any minister, any local chairman, any councillor, any minister. Even if the president embezzles or former president embezzles, you arrest them. Nobody is above the law. You can do it from today. You can run to overseas. They will catch you. Look at what they've done to Emefiele. Look at what they've done to the former petroleum minister for Jonathan. Everybody should be accountable, because the money you're taking is not your money. Oh, all of you are only. The EFCC has a lot of work to do. And please keep on doing. Tinubu administration will support you. And any administration that is supporting to rid of corruption, that administration we should all support. The humanitarian minister, the humanitarian department has let a lot of Nigerians down in the past. We don't want it to repeat itself. And this is why Baba has brought in a new minister. And that new minister should know that you have a lot of load on your shoulder. I hope that you don't embezzle money again. That is what because all eyes will be on you now. After Betty Edu. Even before Betty Edu, the former minister, that one embezzled 30 billion naira. What is going on with you? Everybody wants to go and work in the humanitarian, to go and embezzle money. Once you're going there, you'll be accountable, and all of you will go to prison. Yes, we will put our voice here to support the government to make sure they do that. The money for charity, the money for humanitarian, to support hardship in Nigeria is not your money. And we should all join hands with this administration to make sure we rid of corruption. The money that is meant to buy food, free cash to Nigerians. Just imagine Betty Edu and their staff said they're having a taxi. You'll be seeing them paying them millions of naira to take a taxi from one airport to the other. If you think that you're cheating Nigeria, God will take that money away from you. And I'm telling you, because it's not a good news. Money that is meant for humanitarian. Do you know what humanitarian is? And this is why the Amnesty International has just recently sent a comment to Tinubu that what has happened in Nigeria, where families are trying to collect free food palliative, there's been a stampede, there's been killings of children and people. That is not a good news for the administration. So I will advise Baba, Tinubu administration, and the humanitarian department and the police to please make sure we draft a new procedure. Anybody that wants to organize event, yes, if anybody comes that the billions they want to buy a bag of rice, millions of bags of rice to support, they should have a program. How are you going to be able to organize it so that people don't rush? The men don't overpower the women. The men don't overpower the women with children. And that is what happened this time. Children that were having children at their back, etc. And when there are thousands of people trying to collect one bag of rice, etc. Please. So on behalf of our organization, Nigerian Yorkshire Communities Network, we're adding our voice, our condolences to the 67 that are dead in Nigeria during this stampede, at Islamic High School, Ibadan, Oyo State, at Anambra, and at Abuja. But every organizer, all the directors of this company that organize this event and free palliative should be accountable. They should be arrested, and I know that the police will do their job. The federal government will do their job. The Oyo state government has ordered the arrest of the Queen of Oba of Ile-Ife, Naomi Silekuniola, and she should take responsibility and not allowing the husband, the Oba of Ile-Ife, to be defending her that my wife. No, if you're going to be organizing things, yes, you have a good art of doing events, but if you have not taken responsibility of making sure that that event goes well, children are safe, adults are safe, people that are disabled are safe coming to that event, you have not done your proper job, then that company should be dissolved. CAC should come in and dissolve all those companies, churches that have not taken responsibility, and should give warnings to people. If you're organizing an event, make sure you have the proper procedure, proper approval. May the Lord continue to bless us, and Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas to everybody, and New Year to everybody. Once again, let's praise for these souls of these families and children that they have lost during the stampede in Nigeria. And this is why we're bringing our own voice. It is a sad news, but someone should take responsibility, and the Nigerian government should make sure that that comes effect. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Thank you, and bye-bye.